to you on this fine evening. How are you guys doing today? How's life? And yes, I'm still in the basement. I have been working relatively hard. We're making some aluminium using alumina dust because I still think this is the fastest method. And I have finally decided what we're going to do for today. We're going to go with the multi-block madness. Cause me is creative at making titles. Yeah, sure. I have made some phosphorus silicon. We need this for the graphene, so let us have it cut. You are fine? Yeah, 100%. I still have not processed most of our titanium, but I think the first machine that we're going to make is going to be the fluid solidifier, which means we're going to need some electric motors. Let's make all 16, which essentially means I need to process more black steel. Oh, you're one of those guys. 50 seconds, oxygen. Well, you have to wait for my aluminium, I guess. I think a few episodes ago we were awarded a few titanium fluid pipes, so let us recycle that. That should give us titanium. Not much, but it's a decent number. We also need to make some EV pumps. Oh, that is nice. And voila, Advanced Fluid Solidifier Mark III, which is not a quest. If you guys remember, we need this guy in order to solidify some of the alloys and also make a very specific glass. Now we come to making the graphene itself. I have processed some graphite. I was very lazy, so I just put it inside the ovens. You know, a lot of that. But first I think we should start with methanol, which is a combination of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Yes, it works. I think we're going to need more hydrogen. Yeah, I should have more aluminium cells here. Yeah, good. Because I think we need 96 of these cells in order to even it out. Yeah, methanol is a 4:1 ratio, so I probably need to start making more cells anyways. We have 32. That is good. The second step is that we're going to process half of that methanol with again carbon monoxide, and that should give us acetic acid. These are actually big cells, so each one of them is holding like 32 buckets. Also, I think we are out of carbon monoxide. Yeah, this was a byproduct of something. Ah, rutile. It's okay, then we're going to get much more. Very good. We also have our acetic acid. Don't you worry, we're getting close. Now we need to make acetone, which is super easy to make. We just need calcium, acetic acid. We want to use half of that, and perfection, acetone. We have to do all of this because I have not automated a single one of these items. Also, you're giving me acetone, but you're not consuming my calcium? But again, in the meantime, let us make more cells. Aluminium plates, silver rings. I don't feel exhausted. Go to hell. CO2 gas. We keep it. So for the advanced glue, we already got the acetone, which is good. Now we need something called polyvinyl acetate, and this is why I kept some of the acetic acid. Since the other chemical reactor is busy, we are going to use this one. So we need acetic acid, oxygen, and ethylene. That is going to give us vinyl acetate and water, which we have to get rid of that. I'm actually making way more than we are ever going to need, but I'm doing it just in case. Because, you know, we're going to make hundreds of buckets and, well, we need only 125 milliliters in order to make 16. If we get a few more silver rings, we can make much more cells. Now that our vinyl acetate is ready, we're going to mix it with oxygen and we get polyvinyl acetate. And it's actually decent, I guess. Oh, we need way more oxygen. Don't you worry, after today, the base is going to be fixed. If nothing goes wrong. Oh nice, this is gonna take ages. This is going to be a day long remembered. You're going to tell your children, your grandchildren, and the children of their children's that today is the day that Lash forgot what he was doing. And yes, it was the mixer. Well, you are going to tell everybody that I just mentioned that Lash today made polyvinyl acetate and he mixed it with acetone and did manage to make advanced glue. But that is not the important part. The important part is he's gonna make graphene. Ah, so now here's what we're going to do. Advanced Assembling Machine Mark III, graphite goes in with advanced glue. Oh, and obviously the wafers. Nice. Oh, it takes 40 seconds. Well, you don't have to tell everybody that Lush did it in one day, but you can tell them he did it in like a few days. Also, let us make as much as we can. Graphene. This is not a quest and I'm very confused. Because I thought the quest book is going to teach you how to do stuff and this seems pretty important. Yeah, it's nowhere. So that stupid graphene has to go inside an advanced wire mill and we should get wires from a dust. Somehow. Yes, now we can make the motors. It's just that I have to use some of our tungsten steel. We convert some to plates, some of them to rods, and later on some of them to gears. Oh, and we need way more graphene. Because you know, each electric motor is like 16. It's crazy. I think we are going to use the most efficient tool for automation, a hopper. a graphite goes in, and I don't know, you eject to the side. That should work somehow. And I can reach the macerator, good. We are also out of the most important resource, a lubricant. I can't cut the wafers. Did it snow again? You jerk. How long was I in the basement? Also, it doesn't really help that it takes 5 seconds to make a wire. It means we need like 80 seconds just to make one motor. This is a horrible idea, but we're gonna do that. Yes. So now that we have access to graphene and tungsten steel, we should be able to make these things. The motor, the piston, the pump, and etc. So we don't really have any problems in making any of these multi-blocks as far as I know, except one thing, the industrial electrolyzer. Which I guess we should also check. Yeah, it's potin and chrome. The casing is fine. I have been checking literally everything and it seems that we're fine, but we're missing only one thing for the electrolyzer. HSSG wire. I know that the next tier of coils is made out of that, but for that we're going to need an EV mixer. We just made motors, right? So I can do this? No? The reason we can't do that is that we don't have the casing. So here is the casing. Oh, those stupid rotors. Come on, just give me the one. Thank you. And voila, advanced mixer, EV. None of these are quests. What the hell? I don't want to work for free. Apparently I don't have a choice. So how the hell do you make it? Tungsten steel dust. Takes 2 minutes to cook it. Chrome, moly blah blah blah, and vanadium. I know that the next tier of coils is made out of this, so maybe we should do, I don't know, 60? I mean, we should start doing a decent batch. Oh, you can crush tungsten steel. Nice. Are we done with graphene? Apparently not. We can get rid of you, I guess. I don't really even remember why we had to make an autoclave. But here is the mixer. We give the battery to you, circuit number 1, and everything goes in. That's not everything. No, that was everything. A battery goes here. I'm assuming we are not going to run into any problems for making this because this is the next tier of coils. We should be able to smelt it. Yes, tungsten steel. And for cooling it, HV. And for making wires, ULV. Oh, wait a minute. How do you cook it? Nitrogen? Fine by me. I can get nitrogen. If I knew where it was. Do you know where it is? Helium. Helium-3. Nitrogen. Oh, we're out of power. That's always nice. I did not check the temperature, but I'm assuming you're going to take 90 seconds? Why? I don't know. Tungsten took longer. I mean, for today, it doesn't really matter. We just need like 4 wires. So this is funny. This ingot that I just made is not a quest because it needs an IV mixer. I just did it at extreme voltage. Why? But in any case, there is only one more thing which is stopping us. Tungsten steel reinforced borosilicate glass. It's a very fancy name. We need boron, we need glass. Uh-oh. I thought we have it. Okay, this system is not very helpful. Yeah, I told you. It's from borax. Which I have borax. I even have 1000. I don't know, I think I found it on the moon and I thought it's something very important. It was. Very good. We have the borosilicate glass dust. Now we need to infuse it with tungsten. That's, I think, 8 ingots. Yeah, exactly. 8 ingots. So, fluid solidifier. The stupid tungsten goes in. And 1 glass. Yes. We shall have it in 40 seconds. Nothing is going to stop us, I think. Any second. Thank you. I only did that because I want to make the electrolyzer. I mean, if it is possible. I'm not still sure. So it is year 5, day 250. See you in a bit. Hello! It has been a bit, but just a very small bit, 47 days. But before we go down and I show you our awesome basement, I really need to make a pants. Yeah, much better. Yes, as I was saying, before we go downstairs and I show you our awesome basement, I just wanted to mention something. Just as a very small note, whenever you see a tiny detail being changed in different recipes, that's very important in this mod pack. For example, for making different multi-blocks, we needed different alloys and all of them were made in our alloy blast melter, correct? All the recipes were HV, except Grecium and Stellite. So if you're garbage at GregTech like me, you'll be like, huh, just add another HV energy hatch, bump up the voltage, and you'll be fine. And yeah, that is exactly what I did because I was not reading the tooltips. Alloy blast melter, machine type, fluid alloy cooker, blah 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 blah, accepts only 1 energy hatch. And yes, that's always fun. A new rabbit hole. Anyways, enough of talking. Welcome to the basement. Nice. I mean, the decoration is not nice, but the machines are nice. especially the centrifuge. I love this thing. So let me give you a very small tour. This is our industrial centrifuge, which is the most amazing thing I have ever made in this mod pack. Then we have the washing plant, we have the thermal centrifuge, and of course we have the sifter, but this was already there. We also have a brand new multi-smelter, we also have a brand new blast furnace, an extra chemical reactor, the electrolyzer, and most importantly, EV energy hatch. Oh, and fun fact of the day, pipes do burn, depending on the temperature. I didn't know that. I have tried to place down the machines as neat and as clean as possible. All of them have an input chest and an output chest, and of course all the garbage is back here. We should not open the door. Yeah, also, you didn't see that. Good. So whatever I just did, what does it mean for us? That is a very good question. The speed that I can process everything has been improved by a lot. And I really mean a lot. I go mining, I can process it in 20 minutes. In the past it used to be somewhere around 5 hours, so this is great. You don't want to work? Good. Am I getting pipes? Good. Let me show you a very small example with soda light. You put it in the electrolyzer and look how fast we are getting the outputs. Just wait a second. There you go. It's crazy. I think it's doing 16 at a time. I could be wrong. 8 at a time. Yeah. I love this. But first things first, let us get our rewards. I claimed an IV reward for the centrifuge and it gave me a torch. So this time I'm hoping for something better than a torch. What? Ooh! I wanted that. I think, technically speaking, after getting nitrobenzene, this was our next goal, so thank you. Platinum cable. Holy. More platinum cable. Quantum eye. This one is enchanted. Plastic circuit board. Muffler upgrade. Makes machine silent. Huh. I didn't know that's a thing. Creeper head. Brew stand. Ladders. Okay. Oh, more titanium. And more titanium. I didn't see them. So this has already been a super long episode for me, and I have an idea. We're gonna make it longer because there are certain fluids that I really need. One of those fluids is called phenol. We need it in order to make a higher tier of circuits. It is true that you can get it from chlorobenzene, but there are ways to getting it for free. We don't want to waste benzene. Another fluid which I'm extremely short on is ethylene. I don't know how to stress on the extremely short on, but really short. Then again, maybe not. We have 137 cells. Okay, let me rephrase. We're not short on, but that's it. That's our entire supply and we don't have the capacity to make more. So that is something else that I want to do, and that brings us to oil processing. Getting byproducts is not actually super efficient, but if we process oil, we're going to get a teeny tiny bit of ethylene, and also propane, and the other propane, as well as benzene, more benzene. So oil processing is something else which is on the agenda. One of the things that I really enjoy in making videos is to make a nice montage, especially a building montage. The problem in this mod pack is I don't really know how I'm going to configure the machines, so I can't make a building montage. I'm sorry. For example, I have assembled our refinery, but first I decided to make it over here. Then I decided to make it across the river. You can see some of the pipes being left over there, and eventually we ended up here. It's also not a super fancy setup, but judging by the fact that we're getting a decent supply of benzene, which I think it's this one? No. This one? No. Oh, it goes inside the tank. Yes, benzene. I think we might make it a bit more fancy. But for the moment, basically what we're doing is that we're centrifuging oil sand. We get heavy oil. The heavy oil goes inside the distillery, and with circuit number 1, we're going to get sulfuric heavy fuel. The sulfuric heavy fuel goes inside the chemical reactor. We mix it with hydrogen, and as a result, we will get heavy fuel and also hydrogen sulfide. Anyways, the heavy fuel goes inside a weird looking machine called the oil cracker. We are going to mix it with steam, and it's going to give us severely steamed cracked heavy fuel. That severely steamed cracked heavy fuel goes inside the distillation tower, and well, as a result, we're going to get a bunch of goodies. Methane, ethylene, benzene, toluene, and a bunch of other goodies. The issue is that it's not working as fast as I was hoping. We're not getting that much ethylene. For those of you who don't know, we are actually trying to make some petrochemical products. I think that's how it works in real life as well. And we're going to use most of them in order to make different types of plastic. And those products that we are producing are going to be used in making different types of circuit boards. I have also mentioned that this is not working as fast as I was hoping, and there are different reasons for it. One of them is that I'm using single block distilleries instead of a multi-block. It's cheaper, but slower. You see, this is the speed. And yes, at every iteration it gives you 125 millibuckets, which is nothing, because you need 8 buckets just to make 8 buckets of heavy fuel. Another reason is that, yeah, we're using basic centrifuges with oil sands, so we need a higher production of oil if we want this guy to go faster. Meaning that maybe we have to make an oil drill? I'm not sure. Honestly speaking, it's not that expensive. But then again, I have to find that stupid oil first. Anywho, improvements are going to be for next episode. For today, what we're going to do is that we're going to try and make sulfuric acid, because we are getting some hydrogen sulfide over here. I don't think that much hydrogen sulfide is going to be enough, so we need to make more, but in order to get us started, what we're going to do is that we're going to have 2 chemical reactors, right? And don't you worry, I know it's made out of cobblestone, I was out of dirt. Then we will replace the blocks. I also have a reservoir over here. Yes, we take you. Piping in this place is going to be a mess. Look, the fact that I have to run to the base every 5 seconds in order to get some resources also doesn't really help with making these machines. But essentially what we're doing is that we're getting the hydrogen sulfide in a tank here. You know, we are transferring it from the chemical reactor to over here. We're converting it into cells. We're putting it inside basic chemical reactors, mixing it with water, and that will give us diluted sulfuric acid. That goes inside a few distilleries and we get the actual sulfuric acid, which for the moment we're just gonna bank it inside this tank. Yeah. Something like this should work. Also, oil is not something sustainable. You see, we're already out of hydrogen sulfide, and sulfuric acid is something that we're going to need a consistent supply of. Because as you guys remember, we need it in order to make the nitration mixture, which is used in making nitrobenzene. You know, this stupid recipe over here, and we're going to need tons, 10 buckets, just to make 5 buckets of nitrobenzene. Making hydrogen sulfide, which we can use in order to make sulfuric acid with this recipe, meaning hydrogen and sulfur, is really cheap and it's incredibly fast. So I think we are going to take these 2 chemical reactors, try not to fall down, them somewhere around here. Oh my goodness, I hate the pipes. The ones above ground I'm going to decorate, but the ones underground are just garbage. Also, where is my hydrogen pipe? I should start color coding everything. Not with blood. Ah, this is my hydrogen pipe. Okay, which comes over here. Oh, it's pretty close. That's nice. Also, if you stop dropping blood, I'll be thankful. So something like this should give the chemical reactors some hydrogen. Oh, you didn't connect. Okay. Now you should get hydrogen. Perfect. We shall provide you with some power. And later on, I have to put a drawer over here for oil sand that we're using in the centrifuges, excess sand and sulfur. So I think for the moment, we're just going to insert the sulfur manually to see if our system works, which it doesn't. Is there a circuit to it? Yes, circuit number 1. Yeah, it does work. This is our tank for hydrogen sulfide, so we should be able to connect it like so. We want this system to work as a backup for hydrogen sulfide, so we don't really want it to go inside the tank. It's like backup generators. But that is a decent supply of sulfuric acid. It's not a great rate, but it's not that bad. Also, the main reason that I want sulfuric acid is to make nitrobenzene, correct? And as a byproduct of making nitrobenzene, we're going to get more diluted sulfuric acid. We are going to lose, I think, 20 or 25% of it, but this system should be able to keep up and compensate for that 20-25%. You know, I thought to myself, this is not something that I really want to drag until next episode, because next episode I really want to start working around the base, make it look nice, have some fun, and I don't really want to do chemicals. So in short, we're making nitrobenzene, what we wanted originally. How are we doing that? That is a very good question. This episode has been super long, so I don't really remember if we set this thing up last episode or this one or the one before, but we have a setup, which is making us hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. These 3 gases are incredibly important. Why? Because if you mix hydrogen with nitrogen, what are you going to get? Ammonia. Smells lovely. Where's the stupid recipe? Ah, here. And once you mix ammonia with oxygen, you're going to get nitric acid. And I have been saying this a million times, but essentially if we mix sulfuric acid with nitric acid, we're going to get nitration mixture. With benzene, it gives us nitrobenzene. And yes, it is an EV recipe. So this chemical reactor is making us ammonia, This chemical reactor is making us nitric acid. There is a mixer over here which is mixing these two acids together and is giving us the nitration mixture. And the central chemical reactor is giving us nitrobenzene. I turned it off, obviously, because I really don't have a tank for it and I don't really want to waste it. But it gives us 5 buckets every time. Yep. Let's turn it off. There is one more chemical thing that we have to do, and I will do that in between the episodes and I will just show it to you. We just need one more distillation tower in order to process wood tar. We kind of need to repurpose our pyrolyze ovens in order to get phenol. Currently we are using a distillery, so the only thing that we're getting from our pyrolyze ovens is benzene. If we use a distillation tower, we get toluene, we get phenol, and we also get a teeny tiny bit of creosote oil. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Next episode we're going to have some fun. So till the next one, bye bye.